Sacre, Bleu! Yeah, pretty poor way to start. But it is one of exasperation. If you love rugby and you want the best players at the tournament, we know some are already missing. Names that are down at this point anyway, although speculation still reigns and everyone's getting wet with Pollard and arm. News overnight that Romain Ntamack is out of Rugby World Cup 2023. One half of the dynamic inside back duo for Les Bleus. A young man who is gifted and talented and poised and has shown an ability to make his mark and was going to be a pivotal part of what France would try and execute at home. His combination with Napoleon Dynamite, as I've called him, Antoine Dupont, and maybe Romain Ntamack as Kid Dynamite. I mean, those two club teammates at Stade Toulousain and partnership that had been formed. They knew each other, and their impact on a rugby field was pretty significant. My own experience with the Ntamack name started with his father, Romain Ntamack, a long, graceful and powerful individual on the outsides, mostly wing, but he was able to move. But he different from his son. Just if I was to think of an image that would represent Romain Ntamack, I'm thinking of a racehorse, regal, and his son. His son's package is distinctive. I mean, it's much more compact and I guess more diverse as well. And so, yeah, for those who have been reflecting online, I noticed this on social media last night, plenty of disappointment and sadness. It's so easy. And I think that's one of the good things about rugby is that you don't want to fist bump when the other teams have lost their players, because we want a tournament that has the best on display, and you want to play the best, and to play the best, to beat the best, to be the best. And he will certainly be a loss for France. I don't think it's a loss that means I cast them out into the outer darkness where they're weeping and gnashing of rugby teeth. No, I don't think it's at that point. If it was Antoine Dupont, then I think, yeah, you got a different argument there. Yes, it will be felt. There will still some weeks to go, and where France decide to go in light of that, Jalabert, who do you think is going to be the one that they'll go to as Ntamack's replacement? But big news for France. Big news for Les Bleus, and sad for a rugby world that one of its bright young lights has been dim for a time. But he says he's going to come back, and it's, again, part of the narrative. When I did the video, which I obviously can't use French toast on this one, about Pollard and arm being out and South Africa's hopes now French toast, then you see that what can transpire, and other names are out as well, or been out previously, and so you begin to see the picture forming, and you don't know what's going to happen in the coming weekends. I mean, think of the Springboks got the Welsh and the English and the Irish, and then the Springboks and the All Blacks. So you don't know what's going to transpire over the coming weekends, which will begin to provide a distinctive shape. If other teams are impacted, what it will mean for this tournament. And of course, we don't want any more injuries. However, certain fans may be thinking, hey, let's just even up things a little bit. But with France at home, the All Blacks have been there in 2011 and a loss of a number of players. So I don't think, while it may feel catastrophic, I don't think it's a catastrophe for their hopes. I think they can navigate, and because of how their game is formed and shaped, that they can accommodate the loss of Romain Ntamack. even as they would prefer and would desire to have as many of their core personnel on the field. So, sad news. Romain Ntamack out of the Rugby World Cup 2023. Your thoughts, your reflections, what does it mean for France? Who should replace him? Or are you, have you fully, gone Jacques Derrida and Michel Foucault on it, and you're in the corner and you're weeping and you are downcast if you are of France or you beat with a French heart, or there is something that has compelled you to get on board, and so the impact of that the experience is much more than feel free to vent, feel free to open your communicative core and leave a comment, and of course like, share, and if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel, because we're going to have much more of this. If you have a look, there is actually a number of videos that will likely, they have been coming each day and will likely be coming each day as and once Rugby World Cup begins. A lot of lives, obviously, a lot of lives and all that surrounds that. So please join the journey and let's talk rugby, and let's go through the coming weeks together. Yes, sad news out of France. However, vive le bleu!